Yeah, I just want to say, finally, wow, how great is this? I mean, talking about, the standard is the standard that, we talk about on the playing field, but also off the playing field. Fans are going to love this. I mean, this is incredible, so much history. It really captures the spirit, captures the story. Even myself going through here and reading some history, I never knew that they also partnered with the Cardinals at one time, and I knew the Eagles, but so much history. When you look at the beginning, how tough things were and all the things that the NFL had to go through, teams had to go through, but they persevered, and look where we're at today. So I'm so happy that fans are going to be able to come here and enjoy this and really grasp this. That there's so much information here. Visually, reading-wise, film that Steelers Nation, I guess I want to say, can really just soak it in. So thank you guys. I want to thank the Steelers for making this available. It's beautiful and it's great. I should say it's super.
Okay, questions for Franco, a few?
Franco, what's your definition of the Steelers way?
The Steelers way, that when I look about how tough it was in the beginning, that and they took that toughness to greatness, and that's how I feel the Steelers way is now. That is all about greatness, but I always feel that there's that tough element that will always be there if need be. But everything now is let's be great.
Anyone
That's
else?
my feeling.
Franco, do you get emotional going through here when you not only look at your team's history, your history, but the history of the franchise?
You know what? You can't help but get emotional. I guess personally, as you said, being tied into this makes it personal, makes it emotional. But I also feel honored to be a part of this great history, and I guess I've been here 50 years now, and the Steelers are going on 90, and I guess we kind of talk about sometime the first 40, but I guess we focus more on the last 50, and but when you look at it with the chief, old man Rooney, it was all about Pittsburgh, really, all about Pittsburgh, and what this team ended up meaning to Pittsburgh was just incredible. And as I said, he had some tough times. It toughed it out, and here we are today. And like also when I look at not only the football players, what we did on the field, but all the other things that are tied into football, and I think of Myron Cope and the terrible towel. That where else in sports was there something like that? That happened where a radio announcer came up with something so big and so special for the team and for Steelers Nation. Now look at our equipment manager. Just talk about Tony Parisi and our trainer, Ralph Berlin. The people that we had were just incredible and a big part of this, that I guess that made up this fabric of greatness. Joe Gordon, you know, just, boy, it just makes you feel so proud that this was all part of it, and as you know, a lot of that still is a big part of it today. So.
Anyone else?
Franco, I don't know if I know this answer or not. How long after the game, the Immaculate Reception, did you see a replay of the play? Immediately, days, weeks?
Every day. No, I'm okay. But you know what? A lot of people would talk about it. But what's interesting, that during our playing days, we didn't talk about it. You know, even we're around playing poker, having fun, we would never talk about, say, the Immaculate Reception, or we wouldn't talk about last year's Super Bowl. You know, we were just enjoying the moments then. And so during our playing days, we didn't reflect a lot on our immediate past. But once we retired, that's all we talked about, you know what I mean? And but sometimes I think about that while we're playing, you know, we didn't say, oh, that played the Immaculate Reception, or you know, that game, or like this game. No, it seemed like it was always the moment, and what was ahead. And I don't think anybody saw the 70s coming. Nobody could have predicted the 70s from the first 40 years. And I think that's what also makes it special. Nobody saw it coming, and when it was happening, people really didn't grasp it. I don't think any of us grasped it, you know, when it was actually happening. But once it was over, it was like, wow, did you see what they just did in the time that they did it? And look at this team. As I mentioned, 10 Hall of Famers, and we definitely feel that Andy Russell and L.C. Greenwood should, you know, be part of that, you know. But right now we have 10 Hall of Famers from that team, and you know, little did we know, you know, when we look back, it was just hard to imagine that something that great, that much, I guess I'm going to say that much fun. If you were here during the 70s, it was fun, and people had a great time. And I mean, and you look at the start of Steelers Nations with Jarrella's Guerrillas, Franco's Italian Army, and did eventually, you know, Dobra Shunka, Lambert Lunatic. I mean, Steelers Nation started to take hold, and it was incredible. The songs, you know, how'd the song go? You know, yeah, you know what I mean? Come on, you guys know that song, right? You know, like, I mean, you know, having all that, you know, having the song, all these fan clubs, the Terrible Towel, it all came, you know, great players, winning Super Bowls. It all came together. And so, you know, here we are, I guess, celebrating some, and I want to say, I can't tell you how proud I am that they kept it going for 50 years. You know, it wasn't like, oh, no, you know, Cal or Tom. I mean, our third coach in 50 years, everybody winning Super Bowls. Come on, this is incredible, guys. I mean, boy, I mean, that's all I can say is how incredible is that, and it hasn't, you know, hasn't stopped yet. So, you know, you feel very proud and honored to be a part of this Hall of Honor.